Coming at you, Tim. Go.
Hi, and welcome to Speaking from the Center. I am Tim.
What the fuck happened?
And
to
my
your
box
screens?
is way off.
What the fuck
Whoa.
happened?
It's way off.
Give him back his
I personally love
bandwidth.
staring at Tim's forehead.
No, look at that. He took some of your bandwidth and just enlarged himself. Give it back, Tim. Give it back. Oh boy.
I didn't do that.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
It is. It's
Jesus.
Indicted all over again.
Indicted
God
all over again.
Damn it. My favorite thing to do, by the way, is fix this fucking network errors
There you go.
that I can do nothing about. Because as soon as I fix it, it's gonna fuck up again.
So we have the full panel today, including Mark the Mammoth.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I am here.
We also have Ollie, who is recovering.
Yes.
Feeling much better tonight.
Montezuma's revenge, they call it.
Listen, heroin's a hell of a drug. I get it.
We're all working through stuff.
We all got stuff. and as always, producer extraordinaire.
Say, oh, you think you bought that? You think it's a game?
Mikey Famine.
I'm here. Not queer. Get used to it.
Oh, before we get to all the fun stuff, what y'all don't know is that this past weekend, Mikey Famine and I made a movie.
It's true. Well, actually, you made the movie.
Tim and Mike make a porno?
Yes.
We did a thing.
I made the movie. Mikey Famine made the sounds in the movie.
I did. I stuck my foot in that score, boy. Whoo, that shit's sick. Ah.
Now, we'd be showing it tonight if there weren't legal reasons why we can't show it.
It's true.
But next week, we will premiere said movie. It's a short film. It's only like 7 minutes.
6 minutes, 46 seconds.
That's as long as I could last.
Oh, you're not helping. Come on, man. I went with the joke. Yes, Andy. Don't punish me for yes, Andy.
One pump and she's
No. I think I fixed
but
it.
I can give you that it's a short horror film. We made a scary movie.
What is there like a theme to the scary movies, like medieval scary, new age scary?
It's scary.
All you get is it's a scary movie.
That's it, man. Suspense. The suspense.
But a little bit more about what we did was I participated in something called the 48-Hour Film Project. It's a film festival held in the summer in a bunch of different cities around the world. And you have to write, produce, and edit a movie in 48 hours.
No. Is there budget limitations, I assume, or?
It's whatever money you can put together. The only limitation is you can't do anything until the contest starts, and you have to finish in 48 hours.
Yep.
And you don't choose your genre; they choose it for you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
So,
were you expecting more?
Fucking Tim rolled a nat 20 on the fucking fucking genre selection. He could have.
I will tell you,
he could have got
genre,
rom-com.
My two genres were martial arts film and horror.
I was like,
and I could choose one or the other. Yeah.
Because I knew I had to make music, and then the two fucking genres of martial arts and horror. I was like, oh, this is lit. I am amped. This is amazing.
We would like a period drama.
No, god damn it.
One of the teams got musical or sports film.
Oh,
musical sports film. Dude. I'm doing both.
Rudy the musical.
Yeah, right.
I kick the ball to save the day.
But so the reason why we can't show it yet.
Rudy's on his way. They don't even change it.
The reason why we can't show it today is there has to be a screening for the contest, and then after that we can do whatever we want. So on Saturday, all the movies are being screened, and then we can show it. I'm going to put it up on my YouTube and all that.
Ooh, we could do it at my birthday party.
Yeah.
You have a birthday party?
On Saturday. It's my birthday.
Yeah, Saturday is my
online birthday party?
I'm just gonna be streaming. You guys know where to find me. I'm online, like fucking same spot.
What time's gonna start streaming, buddy?
I don't know. I'm feeling frisky. I don't know. I might start at like 8.
That's 10 o'clock my time.
Ooh, or I'll probably. I don't know. I'll be on.
No,
I have a baby. I can't make fucking concrete plans that far in advance. I have a baby. She might be filling the house with vomit at that hour. I don't know.
Vomit house.
Yeah.
I have to swab the vomit decks.
So everyone remember to give Mikey Famine a present for his birthday.
Yeah, let me make
One
sure.
One sub coming at you.
I would ask. Hey, remember? Hey, Tim, remember last year for my birthday, and you sent me something?
Yeah.
And that fucker kept my fucking present.
Oh, that's right. You never got it. I'll send it again.
Oh, that would be funny.
Now I want to know. What was it?
Me too.
I sent him. Okay. I sent him a little. Like it was just a Master Chief riding a mongoose. He had a rocket launcher. It was like a figurine, and I sent it to the wrong address. And Mikey never got it.
So then I called. So then I called the apartment complex, and I was like, "Hey, I don't want to just knock on the person's door and be like, yo, where's my stuff? Is there any way you can reach out to them and be like, hey, did you receive a package in error? The person's looking for it." And she said, "Yeah, I understand. I'll give you a call back." I called them back like 4 times, and they never picked up the phone. I think they blocked my number. I'm like, that bitch probably took it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's probably her.
And there was even like a note in there too. It was like, "Happy birthday, Mikey Famine." So like,
it's
they
clearly
knew it wasn't
a gift.
for them. Yeah.
It's a gift for somebody. It wasn't like somebody was buying it for themselves and they were greedy. It was a that was my birthday present, you little assholes. And fuck you, whoever lives. I know where you live, motherfucker. Literally, I know where you live. I will come back from my fucking drive. My goose chief. Okay, that was my goose chief, not yours. I'm mad. I forgot all about that.
Yep, I forgot about that too. Let's see, it's Wednesday. You can get Prime delivery. I can send Prime delivery in time.
We'll talk after the thing.
Yeah,
we'll double confirm
an
the
Avatar bow and arrow set that we found on Prime Day.
All right. Let's get to the good stuff.
Enough of this
Mikey.
banter.
Mikey, hit the music.
Oh, correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And that I have made mistakes.
It takes a special someone to get got 3 times.
You know what's funny is when you try and type Trump indictment into the computer, it's like, which one?
Please specify.
You're gonna have to say which time you want.
I'm not a mind reader.
So yeah, the former president of the United States was indicted yet again, this time by the federal government.
I'm so sorry. I forgot to do something.
What'd you forget?
We have to allow Mark to toot his own horn.
From Universal Studios,
yes,
Hollywood.
That's right. You have done it, sir.
This is
you beat Rachel Maddow to a story by almost 3 weeks.
Where we start tonight is now, in our current day, in the great state of Minnesota.
Oh!
What about Minnesota?
Reporter for the conservative National Review magazine recently wrote, quote, "For the price of a new Xbox game, you too can own your very own state party."
What?
See there? They behind the curve, bro. Mark got his ear to the streets. He knows things.
I'm sending them a cease and desist. My story.
Dear Rachel Maddow Show, please cease and desist. This was mine first.
Dear MSN.com YouTube channel.
Dear NBC News Division, cut the shit.
Stop your shit.
It's just
fine.
Dear Rachel, desist.
Good
that
stuff.
Was yeah.
I'm Idris Elba. I goes where I goes.
Goes where it goes.
Fucking big dress.
Poor broke Republicans.
Sucks to suck.
Almost
Sucks
like
to suck.
spending all your money on fake lawsuits to overturn legitimate elections. Doesn't work.
Almost. It works until it doesn't.
Why does the Republican Party of the state of Minnesota have less than $60 in its bank account?
Because they're stupid.
I
Oh
do
my
not
God.
know. But the Daily Beast was first to report it, and the details actually only get worse from there. In addition to having less than $60 to its name, the Republican Party of Minnesota also reportedly has over $330,000 in debt.
That hurts.
That's a big
And
oof.
I remember last year, because the Minnesota State Fair is actually a pretty big thing for the surrounding states, so a lot of people go. The amount of Skywriter / banner planes for the Republican governor candidate was surprisingly high. So that's what they chose to spend their money on.
Those are expensive.
Is that shit?
Damn.
Hey, that's a lot of drag, man. That's wasting a lot of fuel.
Yeah, right.
That's an expensive plane trip.
And unless you're really looking, you can't read it anyway.
They're
Unless
never
it's, like,
really going
perfect.
the right. They're never really going the right angle, right? You're always just like, God, the letters are like crisscrossing against each other.
Vote Republican or free burrito. I'm not sure which one it is. It's one of those.
I'm voting.
You know what's-
all I know is I'm voting burrito. That's what that sign makes me think and do. I have to just vote burrito like the sign
Vote
said.
burrito.
Hey guys, this November, make sure you vote burrito. All right. Yes, Tim.
I will vote burrito.
Yeah, get him, Zeus.
I know. Apollo, shut the fuck up.
Apollo, get him. Sick him.
Apollo, take back the skies.
Yeah, there's some.
I'm gonna play that every time a woofer goes off.
There's some lunatic on my street setting off fireworks in August. That's what's going on.
They're celebrating the coming of the Messiah, me.
Yeah, whatever.
They're celebrating the indictment, Tim.
They don't need a reason. It's Wednesday night. Let's shoot off fireworks.
They're celebrating the indictment.
Oh, here you go. So, has anyone read the charges?
Okay. Are we done with them being broke? Does it say why they're broke?
Actually, I wanted to say one thing about that.
Oh yeah.
So, the one person who's in charge of the money, there's literally like one or two people in charge of the money, the treasurer and possibly a deputy treasurer of the party, is gonna get blamed for all of it.
Yep.
Isn't it their fault? Aren't they in charge of the money?
Well, they're in charge of keeping record of the money.
Other people tell them how to spend it.
Other people, but they are legally responsible for that debt. And any sort of
hell no.
If the party cannot pay the debt, it is the personal responsibility of the treasurer to pay it or find a way to pay it.
Oh, damn. Hell no.
Yeah. Not the chair of the party, not the vice chair, not any of the other officers.
I'm jacking all their personal property and selling that shit on eBay.
Yeah.
I'm selling motorcycles. What, you got a Harley? Yep, that's 50,000. That's it. I'm selling this one 50. His boat is 100. No, you paying this shit back. I'm not paying for nothing. I'm stealing boats.
Having been a treasurer for several campaigns, it sucks. Because if anything, like if you get found on anything illegal or you have debt like this, it's the treasurer's problem, not anyone else's.
So that means going forward, Republicans are not going to find any candidates for treasurer for any of their state parties.
I
wouldn't. That. Fuck that. What did I do to you?
We should. If we have time, we should listen to this a little more. I want to see if she has any more.
Yeah, we'll The main event is the main event.
Oh, we're good. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't getting away.
That's
It
the
needs
gift
to
that
pay
keeps
off.
on giving.
Which it will not be able to pay off with less than $60 cash in its bank account. So that does not.
She does not know that.
Not know what?
That $60 could make up this $335,000. She doesn't know.
I was going to say
saying. That's like her opinion.
All the campaign fundings are public record.
What if they spent that last $60 on scratcher tickets?
I mean, maybe.
That's probably the best bet at this point.
Played Powerball a whole bunch.
You know how much I would give up on the universe if they even won $1 million?
Think about it. If they won $1 million on some scratchers, it would solve everything. I say put it all on black. Go to the casino, put it all on black.
Double your money.
Double your fucking cash. Now you're at 120. Now we're talking. Now we're making headway.
You just got to double up.
You got to just
a whole
double
bunch
up.
Of times.
Oh man, go over into Wisconsin and start playing craps. Craps is where you make your money.
Let's do some math here.
Oh God.
How many times do you have to win for it to pay off?
Yeah, let's just see. Hold on. Where's the fucking regular calculator?
I got it.
Standard. It's a standard calculator.
Okay. So what is it? I'm just gonna do $50.
Yeah, $50.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say they have 50. So they got 50. And then times 2. Then they get 100. Times 2, 200. Times. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They would need 13 to get positive.
Just 13 times in a row. If they just took that $50 and put it all on black, and it hit black 13 times in a row, they would get their money back.
So the probability of it landing on black is 47.37% each time.
It's
What's
in the
probability
bag.
of red?
Does anyone know how to calculate odds on that?
Nope.
No.
Red and black are the same because there's zero.
There's a green and a couple of zero and double
There's the
zero.
green. No, just the green. There's just one that's not black or red, isn't there?
There are 38 total numbers. The probability of a roulette ball landing on red or black in any given spin is 18 out of 38. So 18 times 2 is 30. So there's 2 green.
2 green, probably on either side, splitting the red and the black.
So the
segregating them.
So if they hit that green one,
it's not one side red and one side black.
It's every other.
It's every
probability
other.
Calculator. Hold on, I found a probability calculator.
Right, I was thinking of like the probability sides. Sorry.
I like this is how we're spending our time.
This is important. We need to help. Republicans need help. We're trying to figure the odds out for them. These are the odds of you guys making a comeback next year.
How many times was it supposed to be?
13.
Oh, geez, calculate.
It's probably going to be like less than 1%.
Oh, what? Less than 1%. Less than 1/100%. Less than 1/1000.
I'm thinking 6 digits.
10th, 100th, 1000th, 10,000th, 1/10,000th.
Yeah.
Say the number. Like 0.
It's 0.0000122.
Okay.
So you're saying there's a chance.
That's better odds than lottery tickets.
For the 1? There's 3 zeros, then a 1?
3 zeros, then a 1.
So that's tens, hundreds, 10,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
10,000 to 1.
So you have a 0.012 chance of doing that 13 times.
How many for 12? What's the difference between 13 and 12?
Oh, okay. Come on, man.
No, I'm curious.
Hold on. The calculator is pretty easy, so hold on.
I was like, damn, bro, we got to recalculate the whole thing.
It's almost, the odds are almost doubled.
Almost doubled. Yeah.
Almost doubled.
1 in 5,000 then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, don't give up hope. I hope y'all pray.
Go Republicans, go!
You can do it, buddy. Hey,
the Grand Casino Hinckley, because that's the big casino that all the Twin Cities people go to.
All I can say is I'm rooting for you, and that is notoriously a bad thing because every team I root for, every show I root for gets canceled or they lose. So go Republicans, go.
Not seem good. It also, it turns out, is not an isolated story. The same sort of thing, or at least a variation on this sort of thing, is happening in a whole bunch of key states.
Who's that going?
Not me. I hear it in my headphones, though.
Me too.
Well, play it again.
Republicans right now.
Everyone gets suspicious.
Colorado, for example. Colorado Sun was first to report that state.
I was just doing it for a bit. I'm going to back it up. I'm just going to make a clip out of it.
It also, it turns out, is not an isolated story. The same sort of thing, or at least a variation on this sort of thing, is happening in a whole bunch of key states for Republicans right now. In Colorado, for example, the Colorado Sun was first to report that state's Republican Party was so broke that it has stopped paying its employees and that it is unable.
We do not care.
I think they're also getting evicted from their headquarters.
Dude.
It's them or Arizona. One of those is getting evicted from their Republican headquarters in the state.
Not evicted. You gotta have the sheriffs come out. Damn, he don't put the orange sticker on the front door. That's embarrassing. Everybody see it.
And I'll be interested if she talks about it, but there have been also reports of like fist fights breaking out amongst leadership at these state levels.
Look, man, money is a big stressor in relationships.
Get the treasurer, get him.
Run, Dave, run.
Able to pay rent on its office space.
There it is.
Deputy chief of the...
And yo, that's the same people that fucking barely got Bobert's little crazy dumb ass up there.
Yep.
That's why she barely won. They had no money to fucking promote her. They was broke.
Well, and I kind of wonder, because like Donald Trump is getting all his money from his own personal super PAC now.
Yeah, because
how many of these MAGA Republicans are going to start doing their own PACs separate from the party?
Would it work?
Yes.
Yes, but like they're going to crash any other local elections because they're not going to have any money to campaign.
Yeah, they're going to soak up all the local money.
I don't think they care.
I don't think they care either.
Well, but it'll be great for liberals because then they're going to start losing everything else. That's not those major races.
That's the problem. That's the problem with fucking polarizing candidates. Polarizes your side and the other side.
Well, the other problem is like Mark said, they spent all this money on fighting these court cases that nobody ever won. Right. And Trump has been sucking up all the money ever since he lost to pay his legal fees.
Was it like $114 million or something so far?
Yeah, and a lot of the big donors have backed off because they don't know what Trump's going to do.
Right.
So the Republican Party is in a shitty situation because Trump is taking all the money to fight his legal battles, and there's no money for anyone else. Like none of the major Republican candidates besides Trump have any money. I'm not even kidding. DeSantis had to cut staff 3 times in the last month. And he's number 2.
At 17.
Pence has a little bit of money. Christie has a little bit of money. There's a billionaire running who's funding himself, but that's it.
I think Pence is at 7 and Christie was at 2.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we're going to have time to talk about it, but I heard that some of the filings that the Trump super PAC is putting out is that he has spent $40 million on personal defense for his indictments and people connected to him in their indictments.
Yeah.
From the PAC. So they're not spending it on the election.
And
he's spending it on defending himself.
Yeah, and Trump needs that money to pay other people so they don't flip on him.
Yep. As soon as that money dries up. But see, remember when I said, like, when he first came out, like, the Ben podcast was, like, super new. And I was like, he doesn't have any fucking money. Everyone says he does have money. He does have money. He just doesn't pay taxes. I was like, nah, man, he's broke. Like, he's for real broke.
Yeah.
Like, he never had anything. Like, this has all been a sham. This has been a sham. For the last 30 years, he has been floating on a sham. He's like that fucking dude in I need a Game of Thrones. Who knows Game of Thrones? What's that? The guy with the vault?
The guy with the vault.
It was on that other island.
Are you talking about the Iron Bank?
Draxos.
You know,
his last name's Draxos.
Yeah, the big black dude, and he was like super fucking prominent in the culture and la da da because he had his secret, whatever was in that vault and la da. And then and then Daenerys comes in.
Meeting one of the money lenders. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Daxos was his name.
And everybody was fucking kissing his ass and fucking doing everything they told him to do, and he had all this power. There was nothing fucking in there. It is the same fucking thing. It's the same fucking thing. He's been saying that he has something in this vault. There's nothing in the fucking vault, dude. It's empty. The shit that he even reported on his taxes, that would be like, if he was doing half of what he said he was doing, that would be like 1 day's worth of like income. If he's that, $1 billion is stupid money.
Yeah.
You have to get to $1,000 million by the end of the year. That's hundreds of millions of dollars a month.
Well, that's already been proven that he's been inflating and deflating his assets because the Trump organization got sued by the Southern District of New York over that. And what's his name? The CFO of the Trump organization went to jail for it. Alan Weisselberg.
Yeah.
And that trial's still ongoing, isn't it?
The trial,
they lost.
They lost. They lost.
And then they're banned from operating any other organizations in the state.
And Weisselberg refused to give Trump up. They gave him a deal, and he refused to give Trump up. That's why he's sitting in jail right now.
Well, because I bet he is praying Trump gets reelected and he'll get a pardon.
Exactly.
Yes, that is the thought.
But that doesn't work for state crimes. That's a state crime.
That is true.
You can only pardon federal crimes. So,
but he'll try to put a judge in there, or he'll try to get at the governor. Those things.
We'll just secede. It's fine.
Also, the accountants that were doing the Trump organization's books.
Oh yeah.
Before all this happened, when they were asked when the federal government or when the Southern District of New York asked for the books, originally they were hesitant. And then when the Southern District said, well, we're going to bring the heat and you guys aren't going to like it, the accountants were like, we don't want anything more to do with this guy. And they handed over the books when the judge ordered it. And they were like, we're not his accountants anymore.
Yep. We all quit. Here you go.
Quit.
Quitting.
What most people don't understand is there is no client confidentiality agreements with accountants. It's not like they're lawyers. So accountants can testify. Accountants can
need HIPAA
go to trial.
Money. I need HIPAA for my transactions, please.
Amanda was saying this. Accountants are called up in front of juries all the time to talk about the companies that they work for. There's no client confidentiality.
What if my accountant is my lawyer?
Ooh,
that is possible. There are tax lawyers.
Aha! Perfect.
I'll just get Tim. Are you a tax? Tim, go to law school.
No.
Become a tax accountant.
Become a tax accountant lawyer.
We don't need you.
Tim would be like, and now that I have my degree, none of you should ever be on the internet again.
Yeah,
I'm shutting down all of this. You will stand here and make sock puppets on the internet from now on. You are not allowed to speak out of turn.
Build a wall.
Let me scrub through this. Ollie, how does that strike you that the Republican Party is broke down here in the States?
It makes me kind of happy actually to read that they've that badly mismanaged their money that they're now broke. Is that across the board they're broke, or is that just in certain states? What's going on there?
Let's find out.
A lot of it is in key battleground states.
Yeah.
So
Where
it amuses the hell out of me, to tell you the honest truth.
Where they need the money, they ain't got it.
Well, will other Republican states give them money to help them out?
not even.
Oh,
They don't work together.
And I have been seeing that they're even losing corporate donors, because even corporate America is starting to realize how dangerous radical republicanism is to their bottom line, even whether it's right or wrong. And that's one of the reasons they're going broke, is like they keep trying to go after their base, and the MAGA Trump base, they're not usually rich.
So
they're sucking them dry, trying to keep their party afloat.
The source here is Ballotpedia. This is the fundraising for 2023. The average monthly fundraising for Republicans through 2023 seems to be about $11 million a month. This is for the RNC.
Holy
so
shit.
The Republican National Committee. The Democratic average fundraising per month is $30 million.
Wow.
And the only area in which the Republicans are outraising Democrats is the National Republic Congressional Committee. They're outraising the Democrats, but only slightly.
Can you pull up?
We got to pay off all the January 6th fees.
Those statistics before, like, I'm trying to think of when Trump was elected.
When Trump was elected, yeah, I think I can.
Because I'm interested to see how much it's changed in the 7 years now.
So we're talking 2016.
Yeah.
That was 7 years ago. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
It seems like
I hate
20
time.
years ago.
I hate time sometimes.
COVID seems longer than that, but that was only 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. I don't know how anything works
I
anymore.
think we went through like a blip, like a literal blip. Like that movie came out and then we all went through a blip.
We got Thanos snapped.
Yeah, dude. I really see it. Like we seriously got like snapped out of like our society, just shut off for a couple of months, which is like not happened in anybody's lifetime.
Let's see.
If you can't find it, we can definitely address it again at a later show. But I'm just curious the trend of like.
Oh, here's the thing you were talking about, Marco. While you're looking for that.
Or just outright bankrupt. We've got a Republican presidential primary that mathematically isn't even worth watching, let alone polling at this point. At a California State Republican Party meeting this weekend, the LA Times reports that police had to be called in to avert fistfights between two different Republican factions.
Wow.
Zero problems, big fella.
Fuck them up, son.
Come on, split away and form your own party.
What's adorable?
Third party
About this story is the nature of the fight. At the behest of the Trump campaign, the California Republican Party tried to...
This is a winner right here. This is a winner right here. Show me your war face.
Change the rules of its presidential primary to benefit...
Oh my God, she looking for his manager right now.
That is the biggest Karen face I've ever seen. And the guy next to her left.
Oh my God!
Wow.
And then there's like a Republican Chad, and then you got the black, and then you got the Afro conservative back here. He has to prove he's black with a fucking lopsided ass afro, ain't even picked out on the sides, high on the top, short on the bottom, ugly ass. Everybody with their fucking made at home fucking Trump gear because they too broke to buy the shit off the internet. Like, come on, man.
I gave Trump all my money already.
All right, Mark,
I bought his NFTs.
I found something.
Okay.
I found something.
This is from the FEC.gov. As of December 31st, 2016, the Democratic National Committee raised $347 million. They spent $350 million and had $10 million cash on hand. The Republican National Committee raised $323 million, spent $343 million, and had $25 million cash on hand. So they were pretty even. The Republicans looked like they had a slight advantage.
And the other problem with that election is the news media gave Trump so much free press that he got his bang for his buck every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he would have had to pay for all that,
he would have lost. He wouldn't have had the money.
Lost. He would have lost.
And I don't know, like I have talked to friends where they were so mad, and I was mad too that Bernie didn't win the nomination over Hillary.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm not going to vote because the system. I'm like, I kind of blame those people for the reason our country is now fucked. Like, I didn't like Hillary either. I was still going to vote for her over the big orange man that was racist to everyone that's not white.
Like, people had their line. Like, they were literally right there. Like, I feel like it was such a Orwellian science fiction kind of moment where like a species decides whether it wants to evolve or stay the same. And the fucking Neanderthals won. Like they said, no, I don't care if it drags us back down into the Stone Age. I don't want gay people, trans people, brown people, Muslim. Like, I'm so sick of all this shit. And they just like, I'm going to take it out on this vote. I don't want to pay higher taxes.
It was America's Brexit. Like no one really wanted Brexit, but then no one voted, and the crazy people voted and got away with it.
Yep,
it's kind of true.
But it's
and here we are.
Trump.
Fucked.
Trump's campaign basically told the California Republican Party to change the rules of its primary.
Oh my God! Oh, if
you won't do it.
That is the most Karen thing I've ever seen with the "Don't tread on me" flag.
If you don't think she's the fucking thumbnail, you're a goddamn liar. Screenshot. Thank you, lady.
So that Trump would be all but guaranteed to get every single one of the delegates out of California.
She's a close. Hold on. She's a close second.
Can we have the other Karen pointing at her?
And her confused. Oh, how did you guys like the thumbnail for the other one? I would like some.
I thought it was good. I thought
it's fantastic. Good job.
Did you see it, Ollie? The thumbnail for the episode that dropped yesterday. It was there's a Men in Black 3 movie poster, and it's like John Cena, Will Smith, and Tommy Lee Jones. But I made it Ben Shapiro, Issa Rae, who's President Barbie, and Mitch McConnell.
Okay.
And they're holding like the little like noisy cricket MIB. It's funny. I'll show it to you in a second.
It's a good time.
It's good times. Okay. Let's give the people what they paid for, Tim.
All right, let's give them what they want.
One time, two times.
Why don't we play the special counsel Jack Smith Speaks video, and then we'll go from there.
Breaking his silence about his latest indictment, a former
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Skin alive.
Scary stuff here, dude.
Who took a picture of him in 8K? Stop it.
This is that UFO technology they got. Like, what K is this? It's 8K, but the 8 is sideways. Like, I feel like he's popping out of the screen.
How is he alive?
Bro, you're using too much bronzer. Cut it out.
Yep.
Or at least do under your eyes properly.
He's got the goggles on.
If that's his actual skin color, he needs to see a doctor.
Yeah, your liver's done, dude. Your liver's fucking done. Or your kidneys are shot, bro.
Something's gone wrong.
Jaundiced as fuck.
I knew somebody. I used to work with somebody that was like that. Just drank like a fish all the time. He was about 65, 70 years old. He was yellow. He was literally yellow because he drank so much.
Yeah, Trump doesn't have that excuse. He's dead sober all the time, which is scary.
I wish he drank, because then at least that would explain some of this.
Right? But he is against all of that. Like, personally, he doesn't drink, he doesn't do drugs, he doesn't smoke. He just harasses women and does other crimes.
Fast food is the drug, Tim.
Yeah, his drug might be eating.
His drug is Diet Coke, I believe. That's his.
He hasn't slept in years.
His chemical of choice.
President Trump, alleging Trump knew he lost the 2020 election, but was determined to remain in power.
Took his power.
Screenshot.
Anyway, and that Trump was at the center
Oh my
of
God.
a conspiracy to prevent.
Bro, lock all them up. Quit playing, man. Why the fuck were there even trials? This bro just threw a whole ass table.
Anyway. And
No, that was Antifa.
Yeah, he found it. Did he find a table inside and then shove it inside? Like, where'd he get that table from?
And why are you throwing a table?
Tim.
Yeah, why you drag a table? Why you drag a table all the way up? Your car is 10 blocks away, and then he still had the strength to yeet that bitch into a crowd.
There's like another Trump supporter there that he just takes out. Whoops,
I
sorry.
was about to say, dude, I'm like, who are you trying to hurt right now? Because you almost domed this buddy over here with this fucking lamb's wool fucking jacket.
Trump was at the center.
That's right by his fucking.
Oh my God!
Prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
Dude, fuck this guy. Hold on, now I'm mad.
Trump was at the center.
Oh my! Reckless endangerment. Lock him up. Put him under the jail.
Of a conspiracy to prevent the peaceful transfer of power on January 6th.
The attack on our nation's capital on January 6th, 2021 was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy.
Just real quick, I want to check in with you. So, what were your first thoughts when, like, you know, your Twitter goes off, or you get like a bunch of YouTube notifications or something? Like, what was your first reaction when you heard like the breaking story?
You're asking me?
All of us.
About the indictment or the
January 6th.
Right. Oh, I was working, and for some reason, I was watching C-SPAN for something, and all of a sudden there was like crowds of people walking through the halls in the Capitol building, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Oh, I was watching because they were doing the making the election.
Yeah. Certifying the election.
I was watching for the certifying the election. All of a sudden, the cameras shift from the chambers of Congress to the halls, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this? Did they go on break or something?" And then I get a news alert on my phone that like,
oh shit,
there's a fucking riot at the Capitol. So I was like, "Oh shit, this is real." And my wife was right next to me working as well, and I was like, "Listen, you got to see this shit because it's going down." And I stopped working. I just watched television for 4 hours. It was like, honestly, it kind of felt like not 9/11. Like,
right.
I remember 9/11. Yeah.
It had that same kind of vibe where you couldn't do anything but watch.
Yeah.
It's gonna get nasty. That's all that was.
I was at work when Jan 6 happened, and honestly, an email came out saying, "Don't call the United States.
Don't call
going on.
Those crazy Americans.
Don't call the United States." That's basically what it said. It was like it was in a lot more polite language than that. It kind of explained that there's some situation happening in Washington, but it never got into any details. So I never heard anything about it until after I got home from work.
Ollie, don't lie. You got an email saying the Americans have finally lost it. Don't call
answer calls from the QAnon shaman. Just say you're busy.
Trump's taking.
Shartan is not the shaman, and I hate that you guys keep calling him that, even though he looks just like him.
But talking about 9/11, or you know, yeah. I used to work for a telemarketing company that used to call the United States exclusively back then. We just got to work when it happened, and they literally said, "Nobody's working. Go to fuck home." And it's like, what the fuck is going on? And then suddenly it was like somebody said it, and then everybody, like, we had little portable radios and stuff like that, so we were all listening to the AM news stations.
Yeah,
trying to say, what the fuck is going on? You know. So
was it the 1950s in Canada?
Well, we didn't go home. We were at work, right? So you're at work.
I had my horse out front. Lucky.
So we ended up just going and hanging out in the park and smoking pot all afternoon and listening to the fucking radio.
It was the 70s. Okay.
So, but
I believe I'm the youngest person here.
Yeah.
I believe I'm the oldest.
I'll talk about
I agree.
like 9/11 first, because I was being homeschooled at the time, and I remember coming into the living room and my mom was watching a live news report of 9/11, and I asked, "What movie is this?" It's like I couldn't fucking comprehend that this was in real shit.
I do remember asking, like, is this real?
Is this a movie? Is this
Terminator
3?
I was like, is this a real video? Yeah. I was like, is this a real video? Like this, like that hit the plane. Like that hit. That's not. It was yeah. For the January 6th shit, I was at work and bzz, bzz, bzz in my pocket. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go smoke. So I take my 15-minute smoke break, and I'm like looking. I got my phone sideways. I'm just like,
oh yeah.
Yes, they finally did it. The morons. And then they didn't do shit to him, and I was like, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah, it was the perfect opportunity for the Capitol Police to brutalize people who weren't black.
Come on,
and they
DC cops. Now the DC cops want to fucking treat everybody like fucking kittens. Oh,
Hammer
come
down.
on, bullshit.
The crazy thing is that one of the heroes of the DC police was that black dude who kept the rioters from getting into the Senate chamber.
He chased him around. They chased him, and he chased him in the wrong direction. That's such a pro move, dude. Fucking loop-de-loop their ass. He did the Scooby-Doo like doorway thing.
I mean,
with a riot.
The other crazy thing is that a lot of the rioters and some of the Capitol Police were sort of fucking like on their side. Like a lot of the rioters were law enforcement.
Oh yeah, a lot of them for Illinois. There's like 13 guys from Illinois, and I think half of them were cops.
There's a not small percentage of the Capitol insurgent rioters who were law enforcement. And some of the DC police took pictures with them, got selfies, shot some TikToks, supporting them. So not a great day for law enforcement that day.
Remember Kenosha?
Yeah.
And there's a nonviolent protest march. And Dingle Fuck McFuckstick decides that he's a fucking Rambo and shoots people, and then the fucking cops drive past him to go beat the shit out of the people he just shot at.
Yep.
Like,
oh yeah.
America.
They literally, like the fact that they drove right past the guy with the literal rifle in his arms with his hands up. They drove right past him. I was like,
they even waved him off. I remember the video. They were like, yeah, you're whatever.
I'm like, I've seen everything I need to know. I know everything I need to know. I will move and act accordingly. I see what time it is.
I now know what you're saying about 2016 only being 7 years ago, because boy, there's a lot of shit that I forgot that is just horrifying.
Him holding hands with Kim Jong-un in North Korea.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does anyone remember the moment he got elected and the moment he got into office? He was in the middle of the first Russia scandal when Michael Flynn had to resign after only a month of being national security advisor.
Oh yeah.
No, wait. Hillary's the corrupt one, by the way.
Drain the swamp.
Now Michael Flynn is basically Q. Like,
he is. I don't think he ever was, but like he might as well make money off it if he can. Like I think that's his philosophy.
There's and I probably referenced the show far too much, but there's an episode of Some More News.
Oh my god.
All about all the
More news.
All about all the stuff you forgot that Trump did. It's just they did like a 100th episode thing, and it's literally about all the stuff that Trump did, and the amount of stuff that Trump did that I forgot about is wild. Like,
dude, did you hear about the guy who was one of the members of the Central Park Five is now a Brooklyn
yes,
city council member? Thought that was pretty badass.
Well, let's get back to the current thing that Trump did.
As described in the indictment, it was fueled by lies.
The 45.
Oh, you know what? I need a snapshot of him for the old thumbnail.
Yeah.
Lies.
Yeah, Karen is going.
Page, 4-count indictment accusing Trump of conspiracy.
Gah.
Plus, he's going to get tried in the District of Columbia, and there's no way.
Can someone light Trump better? Is that possible, or does he just look like that?
I feel like it would be better if he was just like grayscale at this point. Like if his whole body was grayscale.
He's like a painted turkey.
If he just wore black and white suits and just had a grayscales, like or a separate
mime makeup or something.
Yeah, just like just straight blacks and whites, just like an old photograph.
He cannot be in color. He just can't.
No. What's it called? Not WandaVision. God damn it. What was the?
Technicolor.
Technicolor. There you go.
ColecoVision.
Live in ColecoVision. It's Saturday night.
He needs to be in grayscale only or sepia tone. I would accept sepia tone.
Yeah. Oh, but only if you put like an antique border around the
Yes.
frame. Yes, I would demand that.
Conspiracy to defraud the United States. Conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, specifically the January 6th congressional certification of election results showing Biden won. Trump also accused of obstruction of an official proceeding and conspiracy against rights, or depriving the people of their right to vote and having their votes count.
So let's pause it right there for a second, because we got a conspiracy to defraud the United States is not a small charge.
No.
And the indictment breaks it down as a conspiracy to defraud the United States by using dishonesty, fraud, and deceit to impair and obstruct and defeat the lawful federal government function by which the results of the presidential election were collected, counted, and certified by the federal government. Also, a conspiracy to corruptly obstruct and impede the January 6th congressional proceeding at which the collection result of the presidential elections are counted and certified, and conspiracy against the right to vote, to one's vote counted in violation of U.S. code, blah, blah, blah. Trump, I mean, Jack Smith, or whatever his name is, said that he's innocent until proven guilty, but he did it.
Yeah,
he did that
shit. It's very diplomatic of him to use that wording at the end of his statement, because I think he's trying to
it's very
counteract the immediateness of people saying, it's all a scam. They're just going after him to get him out of the election, blah, blah, blah.
I offer you a counterpoint in that you have to be very careful about what you say, because he's going to appeal this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have you don't want another Bill Cosby incident where, due to a fucking legal technicality of fucking counsel breaking their word on something, now Bill Cosby is probably running around doing we all know what. So couching your language is very important, especially if you want something like convicting him is fine, but if you want the conviction to stick, you need to be careful.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's fucking guilty of this shit, but if you do that shit in the wrong way, even fucking Rudy Giuliani's old unbarred ass will fucking find something that will get him either a mistrial or
they're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb to find everything like that. That way they can overturn it. That's just the way they are.
But also, no lawyers want to fucking touch this shit anymore. It's just not worth it.
Not it.
I don't care how much you pay me. Not worth it.
What you mean you pay me? He don't pay nobody.
He's paying lawyers. That's what his super PAC's for, is to pay his lawyer fees.
And he ain't got no more super PAC money.
Politico put out this is the prison sentences that Trump is facing for these crimes. The two obstruction of official proceedings charges have a maximum penalty of up to 20 years each. Defrauding the United States is a maximum penalty of 5 years.
So 25, right?
And for conspiracy against the right to vote, it is 10 years.
But them's the breaks.
Yeah, but consecutive or concurrent?
I don't think it's gonna matter.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It's consecutive though.
It is
one
50 up to 55 years in.
Oh yeah,
one cheeseburger away from exploding. So,
on top of the other 64 charges and the other 2 indictments, Trump is looking at like 2 or 3 lifetimes worth of charges.
How much time next year is he going to fucking spend in courtrooms?
So that's
he has to.
That's actually the big question, because this indictment might supersede the stealing of the documents indictment, because some of those documents are in this indictment. So he might spend most of the spring and summer next year in court.
Good.
I have more good news, but I'll save it until we're done with this.
Okay.
Someone else has been indicted.
Oh,
My Pillow? My Pillow?
No, not him, not yet.
So there are 6 unindicted co-conspirators.
Ivanka Trump.
No.
Damn it.
They're not named. They're not named.
I got one of their names.
Okay. CNN has tried to like figure out who these people are. They think defendant or unindicted co-conspirator number 1 is Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah. That's a given.
One of them is that fucking dude who tried to sell Trump on how he could overturn the election. I forget what his name is.
Oh,
Jeremy.
No,
That's the My Pillow guy. He did that, didn't he?
No, he was a lawyer. I don't think the My Pillow guy was ever a lawyer. I hope he was never a lawyer.
No.
So, co-conspirator number 1 is an attorney who is willing to spread knowingly false claims and pursue strategies that the defendant's 2020 re-election campaign attorneys would not, which is obviously Rudy Giuliani. Co-conspirator number 2 is an attorney who devised and attempted to implement a strategy to leverage the vice president's ceremonial role overseeing the certification process to obstruct certification of the presidential election. That's the guy I'm talking about. And I forget what his name is.
He's not from Florida, is he?
There's a Florida.
Florida.
Roger Stone?
No, not Roger Stone. Roger Stone is a political advisor. Let's see. CNN had 5 of them named. I'm trying to figure out if I can find where they named them.
Where did I just see this? Okay, I'm just gonna say it because I can't figure out where the fucking video went. It's the guy who fucking is the property manager, like the owner of Mar-a-Lago. He's in for it too now for helping hide the documents.
Yeah, I heard that he might get that.
Yep, I saw him getting what's it called? Oh, here we go. Mar-a-Lago property manager Carlos de Oliveira appears in court in Trump's documents case.
They're indicting him to leverage him against Trump.
Yep.
They
got your groundskeeper.
I found it. CNN believes that co-conspirator number 2 is lawyer John Eastman.
I do remember that name now.
Yeah.
They believe that co-conspirator number 3 is former Trump lawyer Sidney Powell.
Okay.
They believe that co-conspirator number 4 is former Justice Department official Jeffrey Clark. I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
And then co-conspirator number 5 is pro-Trump lawyer Kenneth Cheeseborough.
Cheeseburger.
Cheesy.
No wonder he likes
cheesy.
him. He's made of cheese.
Can I just lick you?
Come here, big boy. I need energy for my wall.
And then co-conspirator number 6 is a political consultant who helped implement a plan to submit fraudulent slates of presidential electors to obstruct the certification proceeding. No idea who that is.
That must be someone from Georgia, because that's...
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I think a bunch of the fake electors came from there.
So those people weren't named in the indictment, so they could be leveraged against Trump. Hopefully they will flip on him. I don't see John Eastman or Rudy Giuliani ever doing that.
I see Rudy Giuliani doing it because I'm fairly certain he's a coward deep down.
Probably.
Most of them are. I think if their backs are to the incinerator, they're gonna turn on him. Like it's that, or they go down with the ship, and Trump survives instead, which I don't think most of them are willing to do.
Because Eastman was at the January 6th rally. He gave a speech at the rally about what Mike Pence should do. That was his entire strategy, was to get Mike Pence to not certify the election.
Right. Like, that was the strategy.
Yeah. Sidney Powell was Trump's lawyer at the time, and he was the one that was telling Trump basically what he could do legally to try and stop this. He filed a lot of the lawsuit. He filed the lawsuit against the governor of Georgia, alleging massive voter fraud. So he's the one that started the whole Georgia thing, besides the Trump phone call.
See,
but boy,
well, that's the thing. Like, they think all of this shit has no consequence. I don't know why they were all hopped up on this same fucking fever dream, but here you go. We tried to warn you that what you were doing was wrong. Well, you're just a you're just a woke liberal. I fucking told you. We fucking told you this shit was illegal. This is theft. He tried to manipulate the votes and steal an election, and y'all are like, still how? He's the bad guy.
He's on a phone call recording to Georgia asking, "Find me votes. I don't care where they come from."
Right. He's on tape confessing, and he's still polling the highest.
Yeah.
And if we have time, I put another clip in there. Yep. It's of a Trump podcaster who, like, with these indictments, woke up finally, and he's like, "Wow, I was in a cult."
Yeah. Let's finish this Jack Smith video, and we'll go to that one next.
For depriving the people of their right to vote and having their votes count. The special counsel also alleging Trump enlisted 6 unnamed co-conspirators. ABC News identifying some of them, which...
Holy nose hair. Oh. God damn, he's like a walrus.
Wow.
He could tie that in a knot.
I got a
screenshot.
I gotta say, ABC's been pretty on the ball with finding the worst pictures they could find.
They should have got Rudy with the fucking Zork blood going down his forehead.
Which are likely to include former Trump attorneys Rudy Giuliani and John Eastman.
Remember when Rudy was cool?
No, I don't.
After 9/11, he was cool. He was America's mayor. We all loved Rudy.
I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention.
He was very charismatic about getting the city put back together, and we're all gonna go shoulder to shoulder and get through this together. He was very that guy for New York in a time where they really, really needed it, which is why I shot Rudy a lot of bail for a long time. And it's like, God damn, boy, you stupid.
Why did he sell himself to Trump?
I have no idea, dude. I think losing really like set him off. Like, it was like, oh, so no one just gives a fuck about me? Fine, I'll just do whatever fucking is best for Rudy then. Because he ran for president, right? And then he got fucking sweeped up under the fucking rug.
Well, he went after Trump on a bunch of occasions for being an idiot, and then became one of his lackeys, which is just so. Honestly, they all did. Chris Christie might have been the one kind of on the outside that didn't, fully at least.
Well, he's about to Lizzo him in a second.
Trump's lawyer firing back.
I don't even know if you guys want to talk about that. I don't even know if you guys know what happened with that. Buck wild.
Seeing Trump's free speech rights are being criminalized, and that he did not believe he lost the election and was acting on his lawyer's counsel.
The reality is
the pictures are just great.
That everything that Mr. Trump requested to be done was done with the advice of counsel, was done with lawyers giving him advice.
But some legal experts are challenging Trump's
crime for them by proxy. Then, if they told him to break the law,
that's malpractice.
If Rudy Giuliani is his counsel, then that doesn't matter. Like,
he's disbarred anyway.
Here's Here's one thing that Rudy Giuliani and Trump did together. An agent...
No one watches that.
The defendant and co-conspirator number one, who is Rudy Giuliani, falsely claimed that more than 10,000 dead people voted in Georgia.
Right.
And that afternoon, a senior advisor of the defendant told the defendant's chief of staff through text messages, quote, just FYI, a, quote, campaign lawyer and his team verified that 10,000 plus supposed dead people voting in Georgia is not accurate. It was alleged in co-conspirators' hearing today, unquote. The senior advisor clarified that he believed the actual number was 12. Not 12,000, 12.
What's 3 zeros between friends?
So that's the kind of shit that they were doing.
Lawyers' arguments, saying one may not be able to rely on attorney advice as a defense if those attorneys are also co-conspirators. Trump has denied any wrongdoing.
He tried to insulate himself. That is so cute. He tried to insulate himself.
See?
Doesn't work if we charge them too.
It's exactly what I said. If your lawyer is also a co-conspirator, it doesn't help you.
It doesn't work that way, buddy.
Privilege.
I was just doing what he said, and he's the lawyer. Bingo, I'm out of here, right? No.
Criminal buddy privilege. I'll have
criminal buddy, criminal alliance privilege. Oh yeah, here's Buddy Boy losing his gourd.
Oh,
we are going to the mattresses for these people. We are offering them more accommodation, more chances than we'd offer our own family members, for goodness sakes. And for what? To have Rudy Giuliani go down to Georgia and admit that he lied? Have Jason Miller tell the January 6th commission, yeah, we all knew it was BS. What is this? Some of you don't like it when I use the cult word, but when you like being treated...
He broke. It makes me so happy.
You know who really fucking hates this guy? Irish Swede.
Oh.
They argue all the time on Twitter. All the time.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I bet you Swede fucking hands this guy his fucking ass all day.
We should invite this dude on the show and ask him about his awakening into sanity.
Yeah, and then I'll bring Sweden from fucking backstage.
It's
fucking,
like, boop.
Get him, bitch. I knew you'd come around.
Swede would take his fucking lunch money.
Oh my god.
Also, I want to point out how
smart.
he has a Punisher sticker next to a sticker of Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Well, I mean, the Punisher sticker
might not be a Punisher sticker, actually.
Yeah, it might be
it's
just
got the same. It looks more military.
It might just be straight up white supremacy, but you know.
That's fair. They did try to take the Punisher symbol for it, but
tomato, potato.
Like a schmuck and ask for more, that is a cult.
No, that makes you a cuck.
I'm the mark. I'm the
No, you're the cuck.
Ooh, he is a mark, though.
I want to be a mark.
Okay. He's a mark and a cuck.
Yeah, there you go.
And I resent the person who tries to get me out of that. Those are marks of groupthink, frankly.
Oh, you're a simp, too.
Haha.
You're a
How many
simp for a
people in this audience
72-year-old
sent
white
money
guy.
to stop the steal 3 years ago? How many shows did I waste your time talking about this 3 years ago? How many?
Probably way too many. Way too many.
All of them.
I still have not recovered between the election fraud and COVID. I probably have the smallest Facebook following of any major show in this entire industry.
That's because you're that's because you're a fucking grifter.
Well, let's acknowledge that he's slightly smarter than yesterday.
You know what? I will acknowledge that he is slightly smarter than like maybe Steven Crowder. Like, because
if you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it.
This is the rats abandoning the ship.
Yep. They know what's happening.
I will routinely post things on Facebook, get like 2 or 3 comments. It's like
we do not
nobody
care.
Yeah, nobody loves me anymore.
Bro.
Facebook is like, we won't ban you because then you'll whine about it and generate a bunch of publicity. So we'll just make it that no one sees your material at all.
We do not care.
Why? Because I went to the mattresses on COVID and the election fraud issue. only to have Rudy Giuliani say, "Yeah, I was lying."
Man, why the fuck would you believe Rudy Giuliani?
Of all people.
He thought
But
Four
he's the
Seasons landscaping was the actual Four Seasons.
I forgot about that.
Oh, the luxury hotel. Same things.
And Jason Miller saying, "Oh, we knew it was all BS."
All the best people, Steve.
Uh-oh.
Look at him feign shock.
Yep.
I will give him credit if he starts crying right now.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Email me.
You know, that's why.
We don't need to watch it. I'm not going to take into this guy's show.
Yeah. I just want to hear Buddy Boy get all choked up there. Anything else in here? No, we're good. Shout out to Midas Touch. They're friends of a friend. I have some loose affiliation with some of their people, so they're cool.
They're pretty cool. I've seen a few of his shows. I actually just found him recently, so
they're the best show on YouTube that's not our show.
Okay.
No, they're not. My show is.
Might have been
the second, third, or fourth best show. I don't know.
Well,
this is an icebreaker. This
well,
is something else.
I'm just saying, I'm no man in a bear suit, but
that's definitely a man in a bear suit.
He does
this is a Chinese zoo. This is apparently a real bear.
Kind of.
I mean, people will believe anything. That's clearly a man in a suit or an alien, because
Bears
everything's
don't-
an alien nowadays.
Bears
The
don't
hybrid.
stand like that.
Sure they do.
Nope.
And wave with hands.
He's greeting his guest. He's invited these people over to see his new enclosure, and he's
Look
waving
at
at them.
wrinkles on his ass.
Look,
Yep.
just because the fucking I almost said gorilla. Just because the bear does have flat ass doesn't mean you can just sit up here and make fun of him. All right.
Bear
Everybody has a big
Harambe arises again.
booty. The bear got a little booty. It's not his fault.
That's not booty. Those are wrinkles.
Booty so small, the back pockets touch.
That is so horrible.
Also,
Maybe that looked kind of real right at the end, though, didn't it?
That's why everyone doesn't know what the fuck this is. Is it a bear or a person?
I'm just saying, you could totally have your arm up like Jim Henson style. You know what I'm saying? Like up in the thing. Because the other arm's like down to the side. Kind of like, like the puppets have like the one arm that doesn't move. So he's got the one arm down to the side because his arm's up controlling the head. And then when he goes to go down, he has to slip his arm back in because he has to walk away. Simple.
Let it play. I want to see. I got a full screen now. I want to see it better.
Totally a person.
It's such a person.
Look how long the neck is. And then he slides it down, puts his hand back in there, and then he's off to the races. See?
Also, the mouth never
Look at
moves.
the way it walks away, though. It looks real right at the end. It really does. It looks real right at the end.
I don't know. I mean, between the UFOs, the black hole, they have a new black hole discovery. Did you guys hear about this? Did you hear about it? Did you hear about it?
What?
I did not hear about the
Several
black hole
black holes.
discovery.
Okay. So I'm just going to say a lot of stuff, and if you have to look it up later, look it up later. But they looked out towards the very early parts of the universe, something like 13 million years after the Big Bang. And there's like a galaxy cluster. And they're like, that's not right. There hasn't been enough time for there to be galaxies yet. It's like, well, what the fuck? So then they take a even more in-depth look and they study it longer and longer. What they realize, it's accretion disks of baby black holes. So all the like way early on in the universe, there was like young black holes just everywhere, just fucking eating up everything that they could find and spraying x-rays in all directions.
Cakey.
Wow.
Actual rally. He didn't want lyrics. He just wanted the music, but they accidentally played it with the lyrics, and it was too perfect from a few days ago.
One more again.
That's the walkout song. Former President Trump faced.
Oh, I forgot you timestamped it for me.
Timestamp.
Yeah. I'm just going to sprinkle in another one of these little tidbits from the indictment. Co-conspirator number 1, who's Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah.
Going to prison. Told the crowd that the vice president, this is at the rally on January 6th, told the crowd that the vice president, quote, could cast aside and unilaterally decide the validity of these crooked ballots. Right. He also lied when he claimed to have letters from 5 legislators begging us to send the elector slates to the legislatures to review, and called for, and this is a quote that he said at the rally, trial by combat.
I could see Trump doing trial by combat.
Who is your champion?
Bernie Sanders.
Wow.
Have you seen the Bernie anime thing?
Oh, I have seen that. It's funny.
I have not.
It's amazing. All right, maybe we'll close. We got a little time. I'll close the show at it. It's amazing.
Oh, I think I put one more video in there. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, I did not.
It's the new Tucker Carlson, Jesse Waters, saying that Trump's efforts to overturn the election were just, quote, politics.
Fuck off.
Because everybody does it.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, everybody incites insurrection. Yeah.
I mean, I know Mark has on occasion.
Hey, I did it. I know I did it.
I have risen many times.
We have new polling of New York Times.
This is what you sent me.
That is what I sent you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, this was the video on what you sent me.
Is it not the video? Should be. I mean, maybe it is. It should be.
Going to prison.
You know what? Fuck it. We'll do it.
Do it live.
Siena College poll shows that Joe Biden and former President Trump are, in fact, in a dead heat.
Boy, how is Joe Biden in a fucking dead heat with Donald Trump? How?
Because they only poll old people.
I know, but Jesus Christ, America, get your shit together.
They're going down with the ship. Like, some of the rats are fleeing, but some of them are not. Some of them is crabs.
It's just, it blows my mind that people would be like, yeah, I mean, Joe Biden or this fucking Trump guy. I mean, what has he done?
Everything.
All of the
you name it. You name it. Can't wait for Thanksgiving to come around so that video compilation can start circling. Well, Black Thanksgiving.
July 27th found that 43% of registered voters said that they would support Biden in a 2024.
What in the ever-loving shit fuck?
What the New York Times?
It's time to go.
Everybody leave. New York Times.
Everybody leave the country. It is no longer safe to live in.
For rematch.
We've been overrun by the flood.
Yeah, this is not great.
43% said they would back Trump in the top contest.
Well, according to the poll, Democrats are falling in line behind President Biden, which is a change from last year when nearly 2/3 of his own party said that they wanted a different nominee. The Times writes, quote, Mr. Biden has recovered significantly from last summer. At the time, Democratic grumblings about his likely re-election bid had mounted, and a Times Siena poll found that 64% of Democrats said they did not want the party to renominate him, including 94% of Democrats.
Yeah, it's. I think it's 100% on this panel.
Fucking don't.
How come we didn't get asked for the no category? I mean,
him run a primary.
Not 80, so we don't matter.
Yeah,
they honestly don't care who runs for the Democrats as long as they get in.
I mean, that's what's happening. That's what's happening in the polling. Over the summer, back when they first did that polling, people were hopeful that someone would step in and say, hey, I'll run. And then when it was that fucking RFK guy and Marianne Williamson, they're like, well, Biden's good enough, I guess.
What's wrong with anti-vax racist man and also Moon Crystal lady?
Fetch me their souls.
It takes a second.
Fetch me their souls.
So what's happening now is the Democratic voting base is realizing that it's going to be Joe Biden and they don't have a choice. And they don't.
Nope.
Unfortunately.
Just don't vote.
If the Democrats had someone they could put up other than Joe Biden, they would have done it.
Question. Could Biden run with Obama as his vice?
Yes.
No.
I think he could.
Because he can't fulfill the line of succession.
Yes, he can.
Oh, for 2 years he can.
Yes, and then he couldn't
he's gotta
run
go
again. Yes, yeah.
He wouldn't be able to finish the term. Another vice would have to come in and then take. You know what I mean? Like he can't do more than 10 years. However it works out, he can't. He has to leave after 10.
Yeah. So Obama wouldn't be a good choice, but like literally, Kamala Harris isn't a great choice for president either.
No.
She's about as popular as, Joe Biden, who's got like a 38% approval rating.
Cool.
I think she's even less popular. She's probably as popular as Congress, which has like a 10% approval rating. So
Would be interesting if he dumps her for a different VP. I think he actually might if he needs a boost.
Yeah, but who's it gonna be?
Right.
Mike Pence.
You know what? I thought about this earlier. Who was it? It was
Amy Klobuchar would be a good choice.
If Amy and fucking Cheney ran independent, they might win.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunately it's too scary that Trump could slip in a victory. If there's a third party candidate that can pull from the liberal side.
I don't know that that's going to be a problem.
I hope not, but these polls aren't too promising.
He's going to be in jail.
Doesn't keep him from running.
Yeah, but yeah.
Like he can still
I think they'll bail on him once he goes to jail. If he gets convicted and found guilty, I think they bail on him.
The best thing that could happen for the Republican Party is if those trials are televised.
Because as far as they're concerned, and as far as we're concerned, he is still innocent until proven guilty.
Yes.
These are all allegations right now. Those are charges and allegations. He has not been convicted yet. And that's what they're banking on. So once it's official, which is what most people did, like after he lost, they rolled up their little Trump flag and called it a match. See you next time. And then it's the crazies that kept, making smearing their shit on the fucking walls of you know what I mean? Like there was a certain population, but most of them just said, okay, we lost. They're not gonna keep going back and forth with all this nonsense. He has completely upended their party. In one election cycle, he has ruined the Republican Party in this country. They stand for literally nothing now. Nothing like they used to be. Nothing. Even since like John McCain days. They're not even that. John McCain was in a fucking
legit.
He was a war hawk. Not gonna mince words about that. He wanted to blow up everybody that was brown.
That's true.
So
I also don't think Mitt Romney was a terrible person, but he did sell his beliefs to run for the Republican Party.
Mm-hmm. And there was maybe it's an old trope now, but Republicans used to be different in the early 2000s, the late 90s, early 2000s. They were a different brand of Republican than this MAGA shit. This MAGA shit is fucking Jerry Springer. And a lot of people laughed at the Jerry Springer in 2016. And then in 2020, when he didn't win, it's like, okay, that's enough of the foolishness now.
Well, the Republicans of like, let's say, like the George Bush Jr. era, they were like neoconservatives. They were corporate Republicans,
Right.
and all they cared about was
Money.
cutting taxes and fueling the military-industrial complex. That's all they cared about.
That's it.
And then the evangelicals slowly started to get involved, which is where fucking Donald Trump came in, because he pandered to that crowd.
It's the Tea Party people.
The Tea Party, yeah, 2009, 2010, when the Tea Party got going, and when all that shit, it was, Trump is a direct response to America electing a black person to president. And
I don't even think it's black, it's non-white.
Yeah. They elected,
you know what I mean?
Barack Obama.
He's like fucking, dude, he's African and white. And he lived in Hawaii the whole time. That's like the least like concurrent, like he has no like black male in him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as far as black goes versus Africa goes, he's the least black president. He's still black to me, and he'll always be black to me. But it's not like it was Cornel West. It wasn't Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah.
It wasn't Will Smith. Or like it wasn't a brother. He's like from all over the place. He's like an international kind of guy. And even he was too black.
Yeah.
Barry Obama, indeed. His middle name's Hussein. Remember they cared about his middle name?
Yeah, remember they
I
cared.
want to see his real birth certificate.
Remember when they cared about he wore a tan suit one time?
Oh my God.
How dare he wear a tan suit?
They fucking broke down. They fucking had a meltdown about that tan suit.
I don't know why that made me think of one of the reasons I didn't hate John McCain is that he was doing a town hall, taking questions from the crowd, and an older white woman said, "I don't trust Obama. He's not American. He's a terrorist, blah, blah, blah." And
he's a Muslim. He's like, oh, well, we know he's a Muslim. And
then he shot him down and said, nope, he's an honorable man. He's already served in this country's Congress, and like he's a good person. And like I at least respect him for that. Trump wouldn't have done that. Trump would have rolled right over and said, "Yep."
McCain was at least a statesman at the end of the day.
Yeah, he had morals. And funny story about not funny story. It's kind of sad story about John McCain. So before Joe Biden became president, he spoke at my college. It was around just before like the campaign really got going. It was like in May.
Before who?
And
McCain.
Before Joe Biden became president, he came to speak at my college.
I was like, when the fuck was John McCain president?
Sorry, I said the wrong thing.
Running for president.
And so he was supposed to speak at like a certain time, whatever it was, like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. And he was late. He was like 45 minutes late. And when he showed up, he was like, "I'm sorry, I had to accept an award on John McCain's behalf because he was too sick to make it to whatever award ceremony it was." And he talked about how him and John McCain were really good friends because they were both in the Senate together and blah, blah, blah. But he respected John McCain, even though they disagreed, because he knew where John McCain was coming from. He does not know where fucking Donald Trump is coming from with his bullshit.
Yep.
Except for his self-centeredness and his ego and all that shit. Like, John McCain wanted to represent people, however he represented them.
Right.
Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck about representing anyone but himself.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was saying there's an old line in politics that all politics is local. And Joe Biden said that he likes to rephrase it as all politics is personal. And every politician has their own reason for representing the people that they represent, whether it's Democrat or Republican or whatever. At least that's how it used to go, is that they had personal reasons for wanting to do the things that they did for their community, for their constituents. Donald Trump only cares about Donald Trump.
Yep.
That's his personal reason, is he wants to inflate his own ego. He wants to have all the money in the world, and he wants everyone to like him. Or at least know that he exists, which we do. So he could just fucking give up.
He wants everyone to confess that he's better than them. He wants everyone to say out of their mouth that he's better than they are.
And Donald Trump has destroyed the moral compass of the conservative movement and the Republican Party.
Yeah.
It is gone. And it's why they don't have any money.
Yep.
It's why all their candidates are batshit crazy.
Yep.
And it's why the party is continuing to fracture. I mean, this is not even relevant to this, but Kevin McCarthy is going after Joe Biden for possible impeachment stuff only because the 20 or so members of the MAGA caucus are forcing him to do this. All the moderate Republicans are like, that you're going to blow up everything we're trying to do.
They're in it for a good time, not a long time.
And whatever slim majority they have right now is going to disappear in 2024.
They don't have any money.
I sure hope so.
Everybody's broke.
Listen, you can't run campaigns on $0. I've tried; it doesn't work.
But I'm worried that there's
Believe
enough
me.
people that'll vote Republican no matter what happens, just because.
Yep.
They will.
Yep.
But there's going to be a coattails effect of Joe Biden running for president and the Democrats turning out, because we've seen in the last year or so that if the Democrats make abortion the issue, they're going to win.
Which they need to do. Again,
Yeah.
they need to hammer that home.
They did it in...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say they did it in deep red states where that kind of shit doesn't usually fly, but they've stopped the making abortion completely illegal in at least 2 or 3 red states.
Well, the larger part of the Republican demographic is women. And even Republican women say, keep your fucking hands out of my uterus. Like, like you were fine, whatever, with the restrictions that you were doing for people before, but you're not going to shut the shit down. I'm still on the fence of whether we're going to cover it tomorrow on the bin, but a lady was forced to give birth to an ectopic pregnancy because she couldn't afford to leave the state and get an abortion. And an ectopic pregnancy, for if you guys don't know, it's when the baby is starting to develop outside of the uterus. It was starting to develop in the fallopian tube instead.
And it's almost never viable or never viable. One of those.
The baby was 1 pound, 5 ounces. Or 15 ounces.
Yes.
Like it, and the lady is barren. They had to remove her uterus. I don't know. Like, you're not a fucking doctor, bro. You can't put limitations on doctors. And then, well, they shouldn't be having sex. It's like, okay, she got pregnant. She was fine with being pregnant, but this pregnancy could have killed her. She barely fucking made it.
Yeah,
and now she can never have kids.
And now she can never have kids.
The fucking placenta is growing into her other organs. It needs to be in a uterus so it can attach, the placenta can attach to the uterine wall and feed the kid. It's growing all over the place. This is a medical emergency. Nope. I'm sick of people not using condoms. Medical emergency, dumbass. You almost killed this lady. And now this kid is born 1 pound, 15 ounces. How are you going to raise this kid? This kid's going to have fucking serious medical issues now.
Did it survive?
Yeah, for now.
Oh. Surprising.
Well, I remember hearing another one. I forget. Probably this was Texas, but a lady had either a similar thing or some issue where
Democrats
they
under
could
the age of
only
30.
terminate the pregnancy if her life was in danger. So they said, hang out in the parking lot, and when you start bleeding or feeling like death, come back in and we'll save your life.
Wow.
Because they legally can't do anything until her life was in danger.
And you imagine going to school for fucking 12 or 14 years if you have a specialty, and your first day in on the job and you get told this shit.
I'd move. I'd leave.
Take if your patient wants an abortion, tell them to go outside and bleed, and then you can help them.
And here is the problem. The bigger problem is that the last time that your rights were determined by which state you lived in, there was a war.
International Civil War II, I believe is what it was called.
And
is that DC or Marvel? Please be DC, please.
There is a not small percentage of crazy motherfuckers out there who are waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
That stand back and stand by shit, they're still waiting.
And there are people like fucking Lauren Boebert and Magic the Gathering.
I think it's a really major mistake and an insult to me.
Who are out there actively advocating for it.
I don't have Boebert on the board because she can't speak a whole sentence without sounding ridiculous.
Words are hard.
English is her second language.
And then there are people like Josh fucking Hawley and Matt Gaetz who not only like antagonized the fucking insurrectionists into what they did, but actively supported it while they were doing it until they were the ones that the insurrectionists were trying to get.
Remember all those little tours? I just give people tours. I just give people tours. No, we know. Everybody knows. And that's the thing. We know that people walked them around and gave them instructions and showed them where people's offices were and shit like that. There's no consequence for that?
No.
Like, we need to have some sort of, we've already established that we need a new constitution. But in the new constitution, there needs to be fucking some measure where whether it's DC elects somebody, but there needs to be some oversight for shit like that. Or something built into Congress to deal with shit like that. Because AOC was 1,000% right when she got furious and she's screaming on the sidewalk because they're supposed to just go back to business as usual. And they already admitted that people were helping them navigate through there and that they had been given tours on how to get to places. And then they just never went back to it. So even today, those people have not been accounted for. I'm not saying super scrolls, but it's people still sitting around because they haven't been talked to.
Yeah.
But if you try to do a constitutional revision, that will spark the Civil War because that will split all the conservatives away saying we can't change it.
Well,
to all the rebels that say we should.
I mean, but they want it. They want a constitutional convention. They're like 3 or 4 states away from getting one.
They want to secede.
No. They want to crack open the Constitution, take out the shit they don't like, and add the stuff they really want.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I would also have to. I'd want it to be done by popular vote, not by
I'm done with dude. Electoral college is the first thing not going in. There will that'll be the first. The previous electoral college is forthwith banished from the realm. No more.
Well, I also don't understand. Couldn't you make a legal argument that shouldn't still be since it was tied to slavery, which has been abolished?
Yeah, the Constitution is weird.
There's probably some part of another amendment that preserves it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 amendments in there that like talk about it.
Hey, Alex. The cons move will be only the senators select the president, and we're ending senatorial elections. Yeah,
that's what they want. I hope Progress Only is dead serious because that's what they want.
So what does that mean? So like they'd get rid of the House altogether?
They would get rid of the 17th Amendment, which is the direct election of senators, and have states appoint senators like it was for the first 100 years of the country. Or whatever it was.
So we wouldn't.
Yeah, no. All senators at that point would just be corrupt as fuck because state parties would pick senators.
Oh, so the party would pick the senator.
Well,
run that. Say that.
It's the
Can you just say it?
Legislatures that pick the senators for Congress.
Yeah, but the people who would be
the party that's in charge of the state picks.
Yes,
as opposed to everyone voting for the individual that they want to represent them in the Senate. Okay.
Because
so more like a parliamentary kind of thing where you vote for the party and then the party selects someone to go.
So
but you would still be electing your local. representatives.
So
you're
hopefully, maybe.
Well, who knows? We don't
Until they make that position where it's fucking lifetime and you can't get through.
Here's the long and short of it. In the beginning, when they first wrote the Constitution, the founding fathers, those fuckwads, only wanted to directly elect House of Representatives members. That was it. That's all they really wanted people to vote for.
That's the people's chamber.
Senators were handpicked by their state governments. The president was elected by the Electoral College. And that was kind of all the say that people had.
Right.
Also, you could only vote if you're a white landowning male.
Correct.
So we've done a lot to undo most of that shit. But the conservative movement at this point really wants to put some of that back in so that they can have more say because they control all the state legislatures.
Progress only says land owning, meaning all of the cities are fucks. All of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they've been rolling back the rights of women and the LGBTQ community and honestly most other people who have children because you don't have a say in what the schools do. Only a small minority of people get say in what the schools do. And they are trying to basically rule by decree.
By fiat.
Well, wasn't it a Republican think tank that put all the stuff about expanding presidential power once Trump's reelected? Just so he can do everything by executive order and ignore laws passed by Congress?
They've been doing that since Bush was president. That's the unitary executive theory.
Doesn't Texas just have a huge influence on all the other states as to which way their educational system goes?
Yeah, they produce a lot of the textbooks.
They make a lot of books, yeah.
But the conservatives right now, they have everything that they want, law-wise.
Mm-hmm.
The abortion is now restricted or illegal. They're doing everything that they want to the LGBTQ community. It's only a matter of time till one of those court cases is overturned by a very conservative court.
They better keep all that bullshit in them small towns.
They've got the low taxes. They've got the deregulation. Everything they've wanted, they have gotten thus far. And they just want more. And I think that's their problem, is they always want more.
I don't think there was ever a concise plan on what to do. So they just keep going, man. Just go for whatever they'll give you, whatever we can push. Just put if they're gonna push it back. So like when you're trying to negotiate like your pay on something, you're like, yeah, $50,000. When you you overshoot, and that's what they're doing. And everyone's staying home and saying, I don't really like Hillary. It's like, bro, you missing the whole ass point. The whole ass point. Because
even if Hillary,
it's ratcheting. You know what I mean? It's that incremental slide, and now look at us.
And this will be a weird statement, I almost don't care about anything that Trump did. The thing that ruined this country is the fact that he got to appoint 3 Supreme Court justices.
Yep.
In one goddamn term.
And that, in our new constitution, that will definitely be addressed. We should start drafting that. That would be a fun stream.
That would be a fun exercise, drafting a new
draft a new constitution.
Because you'd have to go into what the unintended consequences of what you're going to do are going to be.
Right. You gotta run it all the way through the simulation.
Yeah.
I'd like the right to arm bears.
No, not again. Not again.
No, physically strap guns to bears.
I know the shotgun
police bear is almost
moose. Do it to moose.
Yeah,
how about the other way around? How about you give people the arms of bears?
Ooh,
bear arms.
Vote Democrat.
Vote Democrat. We'll give you bear arms.
We'll give them. We got to give everybody Compound V. I love that show. I miss that show.
Yeah, you're gonna miss it for a little while longer.
I'm gonna be missing it for quite some time here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this link.
Just give the actors and the writers what they want. Christ, it's only like a living wage and all that.
They're not asking for too much crazy shit.
It's just they want residuals for the work they do. Just fucking give it to them. You're making billions of dollars.
It's fucking AI.
Oh, last thing and we can go. I promise.
Would yield one more time to the gentlelady.
Be in order.
Mr. Speaker, the House is not in order.
The House will be in order.
If we wanna.
Hold on, wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, they're not gonna.
Mr. Leader, we are.
Would yield.
So anyway, Steve Scalise is up there talking about how his bill, or because they're trying to like dump everything and put everything on holiday break. They're gonna go take their break. And they're sitting there, and the Democrats are saying, no, we have a fucking budget to finish. We have a lot of shit that's not finished. Well, we tried to meet with the minds with the Democrats, but they just wouldn't want to do it. They wouldn't say yes to any of our policies. And Cory Bush, the representative out of St. Louis, the greatest city in this whole goddamn shithole,
Would yield one more time
says,
to the gentlelady.
Yeah.
Your bills are racist.
Yeah.
Be in order. And then she put the set on. She found the clip and then she went on Twitter and said, "I didn't get to finish. Their bills are also sexist, patriarchal, xenophobic, classist, homophobic, and transphobic."
That's hilarious.
She said, "Yeah, I didn't let me finish."
Cory Bush is a hero.
I love me some Cory Bush.
Cory Bush
awesome.
for president.
I just want to say, in relation to that, you were talking about how they were trying to get the budget fucking through before they went on vacation or whatever. One of the major international credit bureaus just downgraded America's credit because we keep ruling by fucking emergency order and all the shit with the debt ceiling.
Yeah.
And all that shit. So be prepared for like an economic shithole on Monday or tomorrow or whenever, because they downgrade. Last time our credit got downgraded, there was a recession.
Yay.
Did that happen today?
That happened today.
Yay.
Oh yeah, we're fucked.
Well, since we're fucked, take us home, Tim.
Thanks for watching Speaking from the Center. Boy, today's show got dark. But anyway, find us on the YouTubes and like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Also subscribe on Twitch. God damn it. I see you out there. I see you watching and not subscribing. And that is wrong. I subscribe and I'm a host.
And
it's true.
If they subscribe when we do our roundtable of drafting our new constitution, I think we should allow people that subscribe to submit an amendment.
I think that's only fair.
I think that's only fair.
And
So
it will
if you
be
subscribe,
numbered.
do that.
And it will be numbered in order of subscription.
There you go. There you
If
go.
you're first. You're
Like,
first.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you really want number 13, you might have to do like 1 through 12 first. You know, just so you can get to the number that you like. Maybe you like 105. Maybe 200 is the number you like.
But yeah, tomorrow
Greedy.
watch the Bin podcast.
Hopefully it's not just me by myself.
Yeah, sorry, Mikey.
90 minutes I did.
They keep making me work till 3 o'clock, and I can't make it back home in time.
I was like, "Where's my Tim?"
Yeah, that's probably going to happen again tomorrow. We'll see.
What time is the bin tomorrow?
2.
2? Okay.
2 Central.
If there's nobody,
I will not be there.
If there's nobody, let me know. I can maybe try to line it up with like my lunch break and hop on for a little bit.
Brenna, Ellie, I should at least have Brenna. Brenna should be back.
Yeah, tell those fucking Europeans to get on it.
Don't say European. You make Wayne all horny and shit. He likes when he's referred to the motherland.
Tell the Brexit guy and the
European. And the European, yeah.
Brexit and Russia.
I said that
That's the only two things in
he was saying something stupid to me. I'm like, you fucking Europeans are always doing some dumb shit. He's like, you said I'm European. I was like, oh God damn it.
He's not. I'm sorry. He's British. He's not part of Europe anymore.
Europe is just Eastern America.
Wow. Ouch. Shartan's not going to take that well.
Actually, Shartan can't say shit. His fucking country is being run by the fucking neo-Nazis. Literal neo-Nazis.
How many steps away is Trump from actual fascist? It's not that far.
Plenty of things
He's already there, in my opinion.
Fascist.
All right,
he just needs to burn down Congress, and then he would be the new.
That's true.
All right, I'm just gonna do this.
Time in September.
Do I
Big
seriously have to
windstorm.
start this over because you guys weren't even watching it?
I was watching.
I'm watching. I have
Ollie,
ADD.
you're not watching.
I have so much ADD.
I'm starting it over again. Good night.
Good night.
Hello, fellow news.
Oh man, I think I willed some more news into existence on the screen. I don't know how I did that. You know what? Every time I hear that opening music now, I'm like, some more news is on? I have an obsession. It's bad.
Maybe we should start doing the show later. We had like 8 or 9 viewers there at the end.
Welcome in, Raiders. Thanks for the raid.
Oh,
Did
man.
Mikey already leave?
We've got a community puzzle going
He's
on.
right here.
Okay.
He's in editing.
Oh.
Just drawn
Hold on. I'm trying to find
some
it.
monsters.
No, I'm
Can
finding
you
it
make
first.
sure you log into stream?
She took it off.
She took it off?
Oh wait, there it is.
Here, HR.
God damn it.
Yeah. A week.
She rickrolled. Well played.
I've been waiting, Mikey.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Well played.
That's well played. That's hilarious.
I've been waiting, Mikey.
That's so fucking good. Oh, that's fucking choice.
Oh, that made my night. Thank you.
I'm making a clip of that.
Oh my God, she got me.
I'm so happy right now. Thank you for that. If you're new here, HR, we draw stuff a few nights a week. I have been waiting at least like, I don't know, 2 weeks for you to read in and do that, Mikey.
That's loud.
Yeah, the
Mikey,
sheriff is loud
Thanks for the
sometimes.
raid.
Could you
If
log
you're
into
new here,
Steam and
I'm
accept my
HR.
friend request?
We
I will,
draw
sir.
stuff on Twitch a few nights a week.
Okay.
Right now,
Just
I'm
going to
working
check
on
to
some
see if that
Zenline
game's still on
monsters.
sale.
Um,
What?
Come
they're
on.
just
Publish the
playing with
plan.
lines. We've got, I don't know,
Oh, that was
Vampire
good. That was
Wolfman
good stuff.
guy.
I can't believe she
We've
got
got
me.
Zombie Warrior
She
Jojo.
fucking
Did though.
She
fucking
got
rickrolled us.
me.
What was it supposed to play?
It was supposed to play a few
few
moments
moments
later.
Yeah.
Uh,
It said a few moments
still
later in the
wear
chat, but